a dreary start to the morning, it's a sign that fall is in the air, believe it or not. It's that time of year when you want to just curl up on the couch with a good book and a hot cup of coffee. And the cooler weather also means it's time to make some comfort foods like chili and cornbread. Chef Crystal Baldwin of Giant Eagle Market District is here to share her recipes for those fall staples. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing well, and we were just talking in the break that, you know, fall recipes just don't seem right. Yeah,
it is really odd because it comes so quickly,
It
and especially
does.
the older I get, the faster it comes. But it is. My son is still asking about swimming and, you know, going
Yes,
places.
yes.
So it's a quick transition. But you get all these great foods, you know,
Yes.
during this time. So I can't complain. You know,
I
lots of
hear ya.
comfort foods, really good.
Well, and we're starting to see all of those great fall flavors out in the store.
Sure.
Let's start talking about that.
So,
what are people seeing out there in the Giant
We're
Eagles?
seeing sweet potatoes, pumpkins, all of those root vegetables. And Market District has come out with a lot of fall flavored foods. So that's really exciting. So, and it's not just the things that you think about. So we're going to do a harvest salsa inside of our chili. But we've got beer bread. And we've got monkey bread and the sweet potato pumpkin tortilla chips. So there's a lot of things that you can get. Granola, just lots of really
just unique flavors.
Yes.
Too.
So cinnamons, you know, things like that. Those warm spices are going to start to come into it. So we're going to make a chili with our Harvest Blend salsa.
Okay, and of course chili hand in hand with fall. Such
It
an
is.
easy thing to put together.
It is, and I'm thinking tailgating. So this is a great thing too. So you're trying to find some different things to do during tailgating.
Okay.
And of course we always have chili. But this one is going to have a little bit of a sweet flavor. And I love Texas chili. So this recipe is actually, it's on the website, but we also have it on marketdistrict.com because, you know, we want people to find different ways to enjoy it besides just having it as a salsa.
Sure. Okay.
So
Where do we start?
I have ground beef and I have chuck that is cut into cubes.
Okay.
Okay. So I put that in there and then I'm going to take and throw in some onions.
And about how much beef? You put the whole
So
package in,
I
right?
actually have 3 pounds total, 1.5 pounds of the ground chuck and 1.5 pounds of the cube chuck.
Okay.
Okay. Then I put in about 2 cups of onions and 2 cups of sweet potatoes. Okay. And of course my pot is not that big, so I'm not going to put all of it in because we don't want to splash everything everywhere.
Yep.
Okay.
We get the idea though.
So,
it's looking good.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows you want to brown that up a little bit, okay?
Okay.
But with some important things that I want people to know. Once you get that all browned up, you want to take your spices and larger pot, toast your spices first.
Oh,
A lot of
okay.
times people take and put all the liquid in and then throw the
Sure.
spices. You get a much better flavor if you go ahead and toast your spices.
And is that
okay?
just because it's coating the meat pretty well? Or?
Just that it's waking it up. So, you know, when you toast a nut, it wakes up the oils in it and it tastes a lot better. It's the same thing with spices. You're toasting and waking up the oils in there. Then I also take and I put in about a tablespoon of tomato paste.
Okay.
And I brown that as well. And that gets rid of some of that real tomatoey flavor, okay?
Okay.
And like I said, I'm a fan of Texas chili, so their chili is not really tomatoey. And so the other version that we have online does have lots of great tomato in it. So if you like something that has a little bit more tomato, use that recipe.
Well, it's nice to have that variation too, because like you said, not everyone likes the traditional chili flavor.
Exactly. And this one eats like a meal. So then I go ahead, I throw in the whole container of salsa. So that's going to be my tomato that's in there.
And this is the harvest blend.
That's the harvest
with pumpkin, apple, sweet potato, cranberry, and all those good spices.
Definitely, it's harvest. So I go ahead and put that in, and then I'm going to put in a whole container of beef stock.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're just going to let it cook. So when we let that cook, I'm going to drop this down. We're going to let it cook for about an hour or so until the meat gets very tender. And we have this great chili.
Wow, that looks great.
Okay, and the sweet potatoes will break up a little bit there, but it'll be really tasty. And then I serve it. Good.
I was going to.
So
I have
sorry.
so many questions for you. I was just going to say. So how long are you letting that cook total?
An hour. Just till the meat gets nice and tender.
Okay.
Okay, that chuck, it's cut into small pieces. It'll get really nice and tender.
All right.
And then I have Hatch Monterey Jack cheese, cilantro, green onions, cream cheese, or not cream cheese, but sour cream.
Okay.
And then beans. And I never put beans in my chili. I always serve it on the side. So some people like beans, some people don't. But Texas style chili never has beans inside. It's used as an accompaniment. So that's what we do.
I'm with you on the Texas style. I like that.
It's good. So after that, cornbread.
You have to have
Now
the cornbread.
yeah, I was about to say, you could have the sweet potato pumpkin tortilla chips, but cornbread is what we're going to do.
Okay.
So in the refrigerator, sir, would you
Yep.
be so kind? There's a container of milk. You see it in there?
Got it.
Okay. So I'm going
Alright.
to take, I have medium ground cornmeal, I have salt, sugar,
Okay.
flour, baking powder.
Okay.
I'm going to take and put in some of my shortening, and then you're just going to take and mix it in until you get some small pieces about the size of a pea, okay?
Oh, okay.
So then once I do that, I have some eggs that I've beaten up, and I have buttermilk.
Okay.
Okay? And I have some pureed corn, and we'll talk about that. So I'll throw in my eggs.
How many eggs are you using?
That's three eggs.
Okay.
This is about a cup of grated or pureed corn. Now, a lot of
Okay.
people will use canned cream-style corn, but I use a grated because the corn is still really sweet right now.
Sure,
It's really
sure.
good.
And is this going to make about this size
That's going to
container?
make that
Okay.
size container. So a cup and 3/4 of milk goes in.
Do you just have those measurements down at this point?
After this long, I do. It's a good thing I don't have to dirty up any more
There you
dishes,
go.
right? And then, you know what, I stuck it in the back. I have some roasted hatch peppers.
Oh, okay.
So you could use poblanos, you could use anything. And you can put as much or as little as you like in it.
Okay.
So I'm going to make one that's not as spicy. That one has a nice kick to it.
Okay.
And then you
Do you
just
like
stir
it
it up.
spicy personally?
I
You
do. I do like a good bit of spice in there. So then I just want to mix it just until it's mixed, okay?
Okay.
A lot of people want to beat it and do
Yeah.
a lot of stuff with it. Don't do that. It'll make a really kind of flat and tough cornbread, okay?
That's interesting.
So then I do this, and because I'm using a medium grind cornmeal, I'm going to let this sit for about 5 minutes before I
Okay.
put it into the pan and bake it. And then just a nice greased or buttered pan,
Okay.
and then I get to that cornbread that's right there. So
Perfect. And they look perfect together too, just the flavors, even the kick in the cornbread kind of goes with
That's
that
exactly
chili.
it. It kind of cuts through that sweetness in there a little bit. It makes it really, really nice. And then it makes a really nice buffet as well. So I can take and, I'm going to show you here.
And like you said, this is so great for so many different things, like weekends,
It is.
tailgates, just about anything.
Make
And
it
this says
ahead, and
leftovers
it's
to
gonna
me,
be-
which I like too.
Oh, I was about to say, you make it ahead and it's going to be phenomenal.
Exactly.
So,
All right, well, we're going to be tasting that in the
there you
commercial
go.
break. For a copy of today's recipe, you can visit our website, kdk.com/PTL. We'll have them posted for you there, and be sure to watch for our regular Cooking Corner segments with the Giant Eagle Market District right here on PTL. Thank you so much, Crystal,
you're
for coming
welcome.
in.
Thank you.